Hey, Tony guys here popping in. Another episode of Talks with Tony. Now, got a decent length letter here. Had to skip over a couple. It was just too short, too general. Got to have details in here on these emails for me to really be able to help you. Because we're not talking live, so I can't ask you any questions back and forth. So the more details, the better. And then I'm starting to get some responses from some of the letters I'm answering. And listen, when I answer these questions, you're not gonna like what you hear, especially if it ain't what you want to hear. If it ain't, if I say you is a rebound and you don't want to be a rebound, you don't think you're a rebound, then okay, you're not gonna like that. So, but y'all got to realize I'm just giving you my perspective, and chew the meat, spit out the bones, take it or leave it. But yeah, I can't go back and forth with you on nothing. It just is what it is. So y'all understand that right there, okay? Just trying to help you out, outside looking in. Hello, Mr. Gaskins. I would like your advice on my current situation. Now, this is from February 4th, so it's in this month. We still close. I met my ex-boyfriend in early 2020 before we met in his hometown where we were both visiting at the time. He gave me his contact information, and I contacted him about a week later. We talked every night by phone or FaceTime for hours, and he asked me to be his girlfriend very quickly. In the beginning, we were long distance, but I had already set a goal for myself that year before I met him to move to the area where he was living. Within a few months of dating long distance, I received the job offer and moved. Background: I am currently 35 and he is 38. As we were getting to know each other, he started to share a lot about his life with me. Most of his life, he was very conservative, religious, and very active with his church. He does not smoke and did not drink or have sex for the first time until he was around 30. He had only ever been in 3 long-term relationships prior to meeting me. He was previously engaged, but the engagement ended in 2019. I met him in 2020. He told me he had been single for 2 years, a lie, and even went to therapy after his engagement ended. He has never shared with me the reason why engagement ended or said anything disparaging about any of the previous women he has dated. He stated he was unhappy in his relationship with his fiancé, but he was committed to the relationship and would have married her anyway, but she left him. He stated he never received any closure from that relationship, and all of his attempts to contact her after the breakup were ignored. We dated for a little bit over a year before finally breaking up. For a good part of our relationship, he was in a long distance relationship with a woman in his hometown. I was aware of her for a good part of our relationship. He was dating her as well as going on other dates throughout our relationship. When he would go home to visit, I would rarely hear from him. Although we communicated daily normally, there were a few times we would both be in his hometown. I would be on vacation at the same time, but not there together, and we would go out. He would pick me up in this woman's car and was likely staying with her while in town. This is a woman he has known for many years and has previously tried to pursue her, but she was never interested until recently. We broke up after discussing marriage. He offered me a 2-year engagement and that we would get married after he was done with his medical training. I declined, as a 2-year engagement did not make sense to me. And at that point, after dating for over a year, I had not met his family and he had not met mine. After we broke up, he still wanted to be in my life, so I would allow to take me out to dinner about once a week for a few months after our breakup. After a few months, I got tired of this and I really wanted him to leave me alone completely so I could move on with my life. One night after dinner, he came back to my home and laid down for a bit to rest. I went to take a shower, and as I walked past his things, my intuition told me to go through his phone that I had the password to. He had recently visited his hometown, and I found pictures of him and the woman he has been dating long distance. He proposed to her. She put that in all capital letters and bold and larger font. He proposed to her. Even after finding out he was engaged, we would still talk regularly, and he would want to discuss our relationship, go on dates, etc. I quickly grew tired of this, and I wanted him to leave alone for good. Put for good in all caps. So I called his new fiance and told her that I was his girlfriend and that there was another woman he was dating at the time as well, which was true. After I exposed him, he finally, all caps, stopped contacting me and blocked me. Put blocked me in all caps. Fast forward, 6 months go by. He contacts me and requests to meet with me for closure. Now, I did not need this closure that he was offering, as I had already reconciled the relationship within myself. I decided to meet with him, and by the end of the conversation, he was wanting to get back together with me. He says that he is in love. She put in love in all caps. In love with me, and always has been. He went outside of the relationship because he was unhappy, but never communicated his grievances about our relationship with me while we were dating. He is heavily pursuing me now, but I do not trust him. He said his fiancée broke up with him because she was unhappy, but I know they still communicate regularly. He says that he loves both of us, but can't make a decision on who he wants to be with. He states he's in love with me. I have inspired him to be a better man, and he needs me in his life. Blah, blah, blah. He has lied to me so much. This right here mean capital letters. I just made that up. He has lied to me so much. I don't believe anything he says, and I have not forgiven him. I would like us to rebuild trust and rebuild our relationship, but I am unsure if we can recover from this and have a healthy relationship. I would like to note he is a follower of the man in the dark and thinks that you pander to women. I know this letter was quite long, and I appreciate you taking the time to read my story. I would love to hear your thoughts on my situation. Thank you for all that you do. God bless you and your beautiful. Y'all gotta forgive me. Y'all gotta forgive me. I just get me a good little chuckle every time I hear a man say that, because now last night I did a video. I had to move it to the membership only because it was getting out of hand. Last night I did the video about the man who met the woman at the beach. And I said the man still would be considered a good man because he married his woman. Unlike this guy, he got 4 kids with her. He taking care of his kids. The woman was making like she was going to leave him. Her family told him, listen, it ain't that serious. You need to stay with your husband and your children's father. So she said that wasn't cheating. Yes, he was out of pocket. I'm going to stay with him. So I said the man would still be considered a good man, meaning relatively. Not saying I condone what he's doing, not saying that's what good men do, but saying that you can't throw the whole man away. Man, women went talk. That ain't no good man. That ain't no good man. but missing the whole point. But yet, I pander to women. It what the guys say. I just call it like I see it. And 9 out of 10 times, men in the wrong like this idiot. This is a absolute idiot. And he 38 years old. She 35, he 38. Now, she didn't post no picture. The title of this is Should I Take Him Back? But she got the picture on her Gmail. And let me see. It's a open a detailed view. But see, it don't tell you. Email, calendar. This right here. It say start a video call. Now I can call on video. Hey, so yeah, so now what happened with this here? And let me hit the button and see if it do something. You know what this is? This Google Meet. And let me see. What is this? Okay, I see. Man, let me close this here thing for these people be done hype my computer. But now I'll tell you, let me see if I can't really see the lady, but I could see what I could see is she got on a hat. Like a, like a cowboy hat almost, but it's not like that. I don't know if it's called a fedora. Let me Google a fedora. Cause my wife got some of these hats. It's kind of like a, let me see what that say, fedora hat. I don't know the name of it. Yep, like a fedora, but the woman kind. And so you a different type of woman when you wear one of them hats. Meaning you got your little fashion sense. Everybody ain't gonna pull that off. I cannot see if that's hair over her shoulder. If it is, it look blonde, but it's like it look like it'd be long hair, or that could be her arm. And she got a fit arm. She looked like a medium build. This really little picture that I could see. You know what she looked like? The rapper Eve. You know the rapper Eve? That's what she looked like. And she got on some black jeans with a black shirt. The black shirt is just like a form-fitting body shirt. She got an arm, look like a track athlete arm, not like muscles or nothing. And then she got on some jeans, and the jeans is black, and it got a cut in it, a big hole in it at the knee. So stylish. You got on jean with the hole in it, black, shirt black, hat black. And what looked like that seat she's sitting in looked like the seat of a private jet or a Sprinter van or first class on somebody's train or something. It's like a big plush seat, and it got a window beside her. So looked like she done seen some fancy things. And then what let me know that this is a little picture now. Little pictures could lie. You could get you a bigger picture and it tell a whole nother story. You can go from Janet Jackson to Freddie Jackson, but from what I'm seeing now, it kind of tie in with this man. He wanted to move. He wanted to move so fast. It say we talked every night by phone or FaceTime for hours. That says a whole lot now. We met in his hometown where we were both visiting at the time. He gave me his contact information, and I contacted him about a week later. He must not look bad, because from what I'm seeing right here, she don't look bad. So he must not look bad, and she contacted him. And I'm here and there on that right there. Me personally, I don't believe a woman should contact a man. And for me, I just really don't. I really don't respect when men do that. I don't respect when men give a woman their contact information. I know some of y'all say, well, I'd rather take his contact information so he don't have mine, because I might not really want to call him or talk to him. And so guys give the woman that. I'm old school. The man pursue, the man say, may I have your number? And then the woman say no, or the woman say yes and give him a fake number if she don't like him. Give him a number that go into a, sorry, the number you have reached is out of, whatever. I done got that number before. Hey, I'm in the club. My breath was stank or something. I'm in the club. I feel like I was outside the club, after the club. And I asked somebody for a phone number, asked the young lady for a phone number. I called a number. Sucker! You got a fake number. You been giving a fake number. It was like one of them phone numbers that got the voicemail on there that clown you. I say, my good, I must look like the bottom of a shoe. And the woman wasn't all that. I'm like, I could at least see if it was like the woman of your dreams. The woman wasn't all that. Go give me that phone number. But see, that's the thing. Some of y'all ladies be too high on yourself sometimes now. I can't blame you though. Keep your confidence. All the confidence, Kanye got. We all should have that kind of confidence. So I can't blame. But listen to what I was saying now. The way how fast he moved, it let me know that he thought she was pretty or he thought she looked like money. He asked her to be the girlfriend really quickly. In the beginning, they were long distance, but I had already set a goal for myself that year before I met him to move to the area he was living. Within a few months of dating long distance, I received a job offer and moved. And I don't know what's the truth and what's a lie. So I'm going to just take you as the truth now. But, and I could see you probably was thinking about moving there because you was visiting there and that's his hometown. And now you 35, he 38. So you my wife age. I'm about to be his age next month. And he started to share a lot about his life. Most of his life, he was conservative, religious, and very active with his church. He doesn't smoke, didn't drink for the first time, and didn't have sex for the first time until around 30. So now that right there, and he only been in 3 long-term relationships. Now, if that is true, that could be why he kind of all over the place and he just doing all of this right here. Now, I wish you would have said how he looked, and said like I really was attracted to him, or I really think he looked good, or I just thought he was a nice guy. You didn't say any of that, but that could play a part in why he kind of bouncing around right now. And he said he'd been single for 2 years, which you say that was a lie. He said he went to therapy after his engagement ended. And I'm going to tell you, now, engagements ending and all of that, it's a two-way street. It's rarely the woman just left for no reason. It is very rare that the woman just left for no reason. She just woke up, oh, I'm bored, I'm finna leave. It's 9 out of 10 times. And I'm going to tell you this right here. First and foremost, any man that listen to the man in the dark and agree with even half of the stuff the man say, and then say, I'll be pandering to women because what I'm saying be stepping on toes, that right there, that's the big red flag. Because this is the thing. It don't benefit me to pander to women because I'm not a single man. I ain't no single man. I'm married. So a woman can't do nothing for me. Who I could sleep with without being on a blog. You see in the other relationship, coach that's married went to sleep around thinking he was invincible and got exposed. What can I do? That ain't gonna benefit me. And it's like this right here. Pandering don't benefit me because if the man in the dark don't pander, he got more followers than me. So who really pandering? That's where the pandering happened at. He pandering to men though. He pandering to men and he pandering to women with low self-esteem. Pandering to women who is crazy enough. Somebody wrote in my comment who said that this lady thanked the man in the dark for saving her marriage. And she has now told her husband that he could sleep with other women. Now, come on now. I got to switch chairs. Just let me change chairs. Just because I got 2 chairs. Everybody ain't got 2 chairs. Just let me change chairs. See the back of that chair? Fancy. Nah, listen. Come on, man. I read the Bible. I did a Sunday sermon earlier this morning on the channel. I read the Bible. Unlike men in the dark. And I'm just blown away how ignorant a human race could be. Like, I just don't understand how we can't tell the difference between common sense and ignorance. Like, I just cannot, it baffles me. But it just show you the devil always gonna have a territory. The devil always gonna have a platform. He always gonna have a foothold on society, and got his foot up society behind because we listen to the dumbest, most illogical stuff. Like, how in the world you say your marriage, but told your husband he could sleep with other women? What's gonna come of that? Kids, STDs, anger, frustration. One day a woman gonna take your life because she gonna want your husband to herself, because she done went through so much in her life. She is not finna share another man for longer, and you gonna pay the price of it by giving your husband a hall pass to go sleep with other women instead of requiring that he be a real man and have some self-discipline, some self-control. Now, this is the one thing that always helped me realize the difference between 99% of women and that 1%. And I married a 1% woman, Cherie Gaskins. I married a 1% woman. And I'm going to tell you, the reason why I married her, because when I met my wife, I had already dealt with over 100 women. And she was the first one that took the stance that she took. She was the first one that took the stance that she took and had just the mental makeup and just everything. She was a one of one. So if I hadn't dealt with 100 women and she was the first one, if it had only been 100 and she was the one, that would make her a 1% woman. It was even less than 1% because I hadn't crossed 100 of just, when I say dealt with, you know what I mean? And but at the same time, the reason why I was dealing with is because I was looking for a wife. I had started looking for my wife. I just didn't know what I was doing and what exactly I was looking for. And a part of that in our society came with going on dates and everything else that come with it. And I was lost, dumb, and immature. I started at 16 years old looking for my life partner because I was raised in the home with my father. And so I wanted to be married and just was going about it the wrong way. Was not doing it, courting the right way and everything. But when I met my wife, it showed me. I knew, even though I didn't know exactly what a wife looked like or was, I found out then this is a wife. This is a woman I could build with. This is a woman who is going to hold me accountable, who not going to put up with no mess, who not going to let me be less than my best. And this is what I need in my life. I don't need a floor mat. I don't want I want a backbone. I want a stabilizer. I don't want somebody that's going to let me run over them, that's going to let me give into my youthful lust. A woman telling me I could go sleep with other women, that's not benefiting me as a man. That's putting my life in danger. That's putting my life in risk. I don't need no weak woman. I don't need no insecure woman. I don't need no woman who don't know her worth. I need a woman who know her worth, and she's going to require the best out of me. As hard as it is, as tough as it may be, to change my ways, to stop sleeping around, to stop cheating, to stop being controlling, to stop being domineering. As hard as it is to get over ourselves and to get out of those negative things, that's what a real man wants. A real man don't want no hall pass. A real man don't want no exceptions. A real man don't want to be let to do what he want to do based on his lust. That ain't what a real man want. A real man want discipline. A real man want accountability. A real man want to help me. And a help me don't mean hinder meat. It don't mean hindering. It mean helping. And helping mean tough love. Helping mean accountability. Helping mean standards. Sister, this right here is a clown. You done met you a clown. And I'm going to tell you, based on what I could see of you in the picture, it looked like you take care of yourself. And if you're taking care of yourself, why settle for a bomb? So he must got some money, or he must look real good to you, because this don't make no sense. Because it don't look like you will be insecure, but you must be insecure on the inside, and that's what you got to work on now. And then what this picture now is women who dress like this style, and they could be a virgin. Women who dress this style, and they could be a savage. So that it ain't always one size fits all. Now, where you told on yourself is you keep going back and forth, and you keep entertaining this man, and then you call the woman he proposed to. That right there is all. That's not what a woman does when she steps into herself, her highest self. A woman who stepped into her higher self. So sis, you let me know you ain't stepped into your higher self yet. You got still some growth to do. And he got growth to do. And that's why y'all dealing with each other. And this is why I try to tell you. People don't want to hear this. You attract what you are, not what you want. And what I mean by that, when I say attract, I don't mean who approaches you. Because a dog want a steak. I don't mean who approach you. I mean who you settle with, who you deal with. That's a reflection of you. If you got a righteous spirit, you're not finna settle down with an evil spirit. But if you got an evil spirit, you're going to settle down and feel right at home with an evil spirit. If you love yourself and you got standards and you done stepped into your higher self, you're not going to settle with somebody who is at their lower self. You deal with who is the reflection of you, and where you want to be, and what you want to do, and what you're trying to do in your life. So although I'm imperfect, my wife is imperfect, but we reflections of each other, meaning that we on the same level and same pathway of growth, even though we still working to be even better, to be even more mature. But we're not, so neither one of us get drunk, neither one of us smoke, neither one of us curse. Neither one of us club. Neither one of us watch pornography. Neither one of us masturbate. We got the same belief system. If we're going to vote, we vote the same. We believe our foundation. Raising our sons, we believe the same on how we should raise our sons. Dealing with money, we see money the same. It might be slight differences here and there, but the foundation of it is the same. So we are compatible. We equally yoked. Believe in God, love God, same everything. Denomination, belief, whatever you call it. Christian, we there. So when you settle down with somebody, when you dating something, when you're in a relationship with somebody, whoever and whatever they are is a reflection of you, whether you want to believe it or not. And if they have shown you a representative, as soon as you realize this person is a representative, you cut them off. You cut them off and you don't look back unless they show you a change and growth. I never really seen in here where you could verify that his fiance broke up with him. Now, I'm going to tell you what I feel like is happening right now. You called this woman. That probably caused a rift in their relationship. And he left you alone and he blocked you. You say he finally stopped contacting me. So now, where I'm not really sure, when you said, I went to take a shower and I walked past his things, my intuition told me to go through his phone that I had the password to. So one night after dinner, he came back to my home and laid down for a bit to rest. So now I'm guessing he was laying down asleep. Did y'all do a little something? Because you going to take a shower. So was something a little done? Was something done? And his pants off, or his phone is down and he's sleeping. Had him a little woosah, and then you were walking to the shower while he was asleep, and because he came to lay down to rest. That's what he laid down to do. Now I'm gonna take you at your word. Now I'm going to take you at your word. But now, and you went in his phone that you had the password to, and now y'all had them broke up. So you had them broke up. Y'all going out to dinner once a week for a few months. After a few months, I got tired of this, and I really wanted him to leave me alone completely so I could move on with my life. One night after dinner, so if y'all had them broke up and you was ready to move on, then why you check this phone? If y'all always broken up. So you really hadn't broken up and you still really wanted him. And because of him juggling women, it made you want him more because you weren't getting the type of attention that you would get from a man who really is ready and a man who really wants you. This man don't really want you. He wants you to be a part of his collection. He wants you to be a roster filler. He wants you on the roster. And then when y'all was discussing marriage, he offered you a 2-year engagement and that we could get married after he was done with his medical training. That's the dumbest thing that he could say. Because if you're doing medical training, a marriage represents stability. Now you with one woman that you with every day. That's stability. If you're going through an intense time in your life, that's what you want to be, stable. So that right there is another sign that let me know this is a shyster, that this guy here running game. And because of how he planned these games, I don't even know if I believe that he was a virgin until about 30. I don't even know if I believe that. Now, he could have been, and that could be why he acting out. But he's not acting really abnormal because a million guys do this type of stuff. I'm reading these letters every day. This stuff happening in every letter in a different way. And so the guy proposed to the woman. So he around here all this proposing. He doing all this here proposing. So really, this is what I tell y'all is like what I call the horse race. That men put women in like a race, and not calling a horse or nothing, but I'm telling you like the metaphorically speaking, because you got something. What's it trying to say? So a woman is a horse? No. Although some of their hair get wore, no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when you look at the horse race, or it could be like a greyhound race. I don't know if the horses race like that. Not the horse. The horse don't do that. The greyhounds. So we'll change the, what they do is they have that rabbit that's on that pole, and that pole going fast. And all them greyhounds is chasing that. That's what men do. That's what he doing. He got 3 women lined up, and he dangling the carrot. He dangling the carrot. In this case, it's the carrot ring. He dangling the carrot. He whining and dining all of y'all, whispering sweet nothing to all of y'all. So all y'all doing like this right here. And y'all just chasing the carrot. And then if all of y'all is equal, he sees all of your wife material. So you fell off, say, no, you ain't setting the 2-year engagement. So you pull back. So now you kind of take yourself out the race. So now you behind these 2. And then this one here said something that she ain't finna put up with. So then he got this one right here. Then he got him one last fool. So now he got him one last fool now that's running the fastest, that's doing the most, that's willing to settle, because she probably listening to the man in the dark with her. And all the man in the dark doing is asking women to compromise their standards, compromise their self-worth, and just put up with whatever a quote-unquote high-value man wants you to put up with. It's absolutely ignorance. And we got married men listening to these fools. Married men listening to this mess and ruining their marriage. Messing their marriage up listening to it. And so, and then finna end up twice divorced like these men in the dark. And so now, here you got this guy, and I have to call it what it is. I ain't calling people names, but it's foolishness. It is absolute foolishness, and we too grown, we too musky to be this foolish. And this the problem with the men today. And so, and then the ignorant men is making women believe the ignorance. And so send your clown this here video, and then he gonna watch this video and be mad with me. But since he want to talk about I'm pandering the women, and the reason why he's saying that is because I'm calling out the bull crap. Because I see through the lines. Because I'm not finna tell no woman, oh, well, if you got a man that's doing medical training probably going to make a lot of money. So you need to understand that, and you need to be patient with him, and you need to put up with this, and you need to just be okay with that 2-year engagement and all of this right here. No, you got your standards. You got what you want. But see, listen, he also could tell that you ain't all the way ready. He also could tell that. He wants you now, but he wants you on the roster. And what he coming back for, I'm going to tell you what he coming back for. He's not coming back because he wants you. He's not coming back because he love you. He's not coming back for any of that. He coming back for revenge. He coming back to get the one who got away. You called a woman and told him that you was with him. I called his new fiance and told her that I was his girlfriend and that there was another woman he was dating at the time as well, which was true. So 3 of y'all now, what he got y'all in the race, got y'all running behind the rabbit, dangling the carrot now, got y'all running. He finally stopped contacting me. Right there in that moment, he finally stopped contacting me and blocked me. Right there in that moment, he chose her. Because he could have said to her, I apologize. I was wrong for that. I shouldn't have led you on. She is right. And that's where I want to be. He stopped contacting you and blocked you. That means he don't want you. That means he chose her. He want her. He say she left him. I could believe it. Because if you call a woman and a woman got any kind of self-respect, she got any kind of standards, that's finna cause a rift. Things finna start to go downhill from there. Let a woman call Cherie Gaskin right now. Let a woman call Cherie Gaskin right now. To call Cherie Gaskin and have a real story that's verifiable like what you did, that means that the man got to have been with that woman, been around that woman. The man had to have, that woman got to be able to get into that man's phone and get the phone number. So that let that woman know, okay, this right here real. And a woman know that most of the time, if a woman find out this, a woman just gonna leave. And so the woman know you also messy. You messy. Now, let me ask Mr. Clown. Now, how am I pandering? By calling your side woman messy. I'm pandering to her now. What? So what is I'm telling her about herself that's pandering to her? Since I'm pandering, you don't even watch these videos, boy. Because if you watch these videos, you'll see I call it straight down the middle. Men get mad with me, women get mad with me, but I'm an umpire. I call it like I see it. Some of them is a strike, some of it is a foul, some of it is a ball. I'm going to call it like I see it until we hit this thing out the park. I'm going to call it like I see it. And so listen to me. He chose her and he came back to you sloppy seconds. And the reason why he chose her is because she had more class in his mind than you. See, deep down, even when a man is not ready, a man wants a woman that's going to challenge him. Not, when I say challenge, I don't mean arguing with him. I don't mean yelling and screaming. I got to spell stuff out because of the email. I got another email today and the lady asked me a question and I'm like, man, I really have to spell this stuff out. So listen, y'all got to forgive me when I spell it out for those of you who already understand or you get what I'm saying. Don't get tired with me because not everybody have a basis of where they understanding from. Some people is completely new, is completely foreign to them. You know, they never had a man share from a male perspective with them. So y'all understand that. So the man, even though he's a grown boy, he's looking for his best option. That's why he got 3 of y'all in line. He's looking for his best option. You biked out. You took yourself out the race. The next woman probably biked out, took herself out the race. Now this third woman, he's saying she done biked out. So now he coming back to you. You might look as good as the other two women. You could look better than the other two women. But deep down, a man want a woman who got the strongest backbone, who gonna challenge him, meaning push him to be a better man. So now, what a man will do when a woman cut him off, his fiance, if she cut him off, he will go back to the dummy. And I'm not calling you a dummy, I'm just using the terms as a man speaking and thinking. So you can't be sensitive over here. Because this is nothing I'm noticing. People come over here and be sensitive, then go over there to the dark with the man in the dark and get cussed out and don't have no problem with it. Love that. And that's another microcosm of society, to where the nice guy who trying to help, who don't curse, say one little thing, calling a married man with kids who was flirting at the beach, saying he still would be considered a good man. Oh, now I'm the worst in the world. Now I'm an antichrist. But then go over there and get cursed out and dragged through the mud and be running the numbers up. All kind of views, followers, subscribers, everything. See, that's the thing. We got to get this together. This is what we got to get together. You got to be able to hear some stuff. So now what the man going to do, I'm talking this Manglish, the man going to go back to the dummy. And what I mean by that is meaning ignorant, meaning not using your righteous mind. He's going to go back to the woman that's going to accept him. He's going to go back to the woman that's going to be boo-boo the fool, that's going to play him. So now here you all is. The man offered you a 2-year engagement. So he offered you a raw deal because he put a time limit on it. As if like he know what his heart going to be ready, or he got to, do all, like he put this on there. You want to play hardball when you could have just said, okay, well, I get it. You got to get through medical training. I like you, love me. We're going to be married. That's all that really matters. You could have said that, but you said, no, I'm finna play hardball to see if I could force his hand. He called your bluff. And sure enough, he found out you was bluffing. Because when you said, no, I'm not going to do that, he said, well, I want to still be in your life. So you let the man take you out to eat every week. So that let him know you really not about that life. You don't want to go nowhere. You ain't really about that life. You don't love yourself on that level. That's the message you sent him. So you told him you boo-boo the fool. You told him that you selling wolf tickets. Remember the boy who cried wolf? Kept saying, oh, a wolf, a wolf, a wolf. Everybody, they go to doing what you do. And when the wolf come to find out, ain't no wolf. Finally, one day the wolf came. He said, wolf, wolf, wolf. Ain't nobody show up because he been selling wolf tickets. He had been selling them wolf tickets. So guess what? The sheep got ate up because the wolves came for real that time. You selling wolf tickets. So guess what? You selling wolf tickets. Now when he coming back to eat. Y'all got to forgive me. Let me plug my computer in because it's about to die. So now he coming back to eat now. Because he say, okay, yeah, you want to bluff. You want to say, you want to act like you about that life. And then, and break up. But then still let me see you every week. Still let me see you every week. Still let me talk to you every week. And then probably was sleeping with him now. Because this right here walking to the shower. And he is not by his phone. So he sound like he knocked out or something. And checking his phone, find out he proposed to her. Could be leaving some details out. Could have had the phone tapped. Don't want to tell me everything because I'm going to see through all of it now. So now, get back out to dinner. Let him come over to your place. But you're supposed to be done. So you're supposed to be done with the man. But now look at the mixed signals that's being sent. So he just going to allow the mixed signal. He going to read the mixed signal. He love it because if he knows if he's taking you out to eat every week, he knows you stuck. He knows you are standing still. He knows that the door is still open and you have not moved on with your life and that you sold him a wolf ticket and he bought it. And so now you called a lady. What that said to him is you care so much because you talking about I wanted him to leave me alone for good. No, you didn't. I quickly grew tired of this. No, you didn't. You ain't grow tired of it. Because if you grew tired of it, you didn't have to go out to eat with him. You could have said, listen, we broke up, and as I was thinking, I don't want to be linking up with you. I don't want to be your sneaky link. I don't want to be linking up. I want to move on with my life. So I'm asking that you please stop contacting me. If he did not stop contacting you, all you had to do was block him like he blocked you. So I quickly grew tired of this. No, you didn't. I wanted him to leave me alone for good. No, you didn't. So I called his new fiance and told her that I was his girlfriend. You ain't have to do that. You ain't have to do that, because if the man crazy, that could have cost you your life, or it could have had you beaten to a pulp. That could have got you hurt. So if you want a man to leave you alone, you don't go tit for tat. You don't do wrong for wrong. What we always heard, two wrongs don't make a. You see what I'm saying? So this is where I be trying to tell y'all, when y'all be writing me, what I try to get us to do, and this is what I have to do. I do this every day. I crunch my own toes. What we got to do, the worst lie we could tell is a lie we telling ourselves. You got to stop lying to yourself. You were desperate. You were desperate for your husband because you 35. So you starting to feel desperate. You know how I know you feeling desperate? Because of what you was doing in here. And because it's women who 21 writing me desperate. There's women who 23, 25, 28 writing me desperate. This right here smell like desperation. And so this way I know what you had going on. So see, listen to me now. After I exposed him, he finally started contacting me and he blocked me. He chose her because he seen her as more wife material. Fast forward, 6 months go by. He contacts me and requests to meet with me for closure. Now, I did not need this closure that he was offering, as I had already reconciled a relationship within myself. I decided to meet with him. You see this other lie you told? Listen now, y'all do not send me no letter. Do not send me no letter. This is why I be trying to tell y'all, and people be saying, oh, well, Tony, how you said this? Or, oh, well, Tony, how you said that? Listen, I've been doing this since 2007. But I've really been studying love and the dynamic of love and relationships since I was 16 years old. So listen, y'all can't write me and get something past me now. So how you don't need closure, but you give them the date. You meet up with them. What if the man want to take your life? What if the man want to have you jump? What if the man want, oh, well, I know him better than that. No, you don't. No, you don't, because you were sleeping with him and he was proposed to another woman. He was engaged to another woman. You don't know that good. You don't know that good. Anything could happen. So if you already gave yourself closure, listen, it's like a cut. Okay, scalp. Okay, scalp come off. Okay, new skin. If it was deep, okay, new skin gonna come with a little scarring. So now somebody say, hey, I want to get some closure. If you already closed up, if the wound already closed, you don't need them for closure. But now, if you go and meet the person that done cut you, you reopening. So now you taking and you cutting through the scar. So if you already got closure, why go open it back up? Now see, what y'all got to realize, this lesson is not just for the person who write in, it's for the people who watching. Because what's done is already done. But for those of y'all who watching, you got to get the lesson before you make the same mistake. Give yourself closure like she said she had done, but hadn't really done, and that's why she went to meet with him. So now I did not need this closure that he was offering, as I had already reconciled the relationship within myself. I decided to meet with him, and by the end of the conversation, he was wanting to get back together with me. See, you got that spirit on you too now. Got that spirit on you. I can see it in the picture too. Got that spirit on you. He sat down and he ready to get back together. But he's not coming for love. He coming for devour. He coming to devour you. I decided to meet with him, and by the end of the conversation, he wanted to get back together. He says he is in love with me and has always been. If a man in love with you, he's not finna put you on layaway for 2 years. See, love is, or it ain't. It's somebody quote. You can Google it. Somebody probably stole and put their name on it, like how these guys used to do me. But I read a quote one time. It said, love is or it isn't. There is no in between love, or there is no thin love. Love is or it ain't. And so, listen, if a man in love with you, he's not putting no timeline on no marriage. He gonna marry you. Because love conquers all. Love the greatest gift given to mankind, so says the Holy Bible. So if a man is in love with you, for one, he's not gonna cheat on you. Two, he's not gonna let you get away. Three, he's not gonna propose to no another woman if he's in love with you. He's not in love with you. What this man is with you, he is in lust with you. He in lust with you. He in love with me and has always been. He went outside of the relationship because he was unhappy, but never communicated his grievances about our relationship with me while we were dating. So how he unhappy? And y'all was talking long distance for a year. What is he unhappy about? Now you moved over that way. You said, now what you say for the first, in the beginning we were long distance. But I had already set a goal for me that year to move this area within a few months of dating long distance. Oh, so y'all was on long distance for a few months. Then you moved. I received a job offer and moved. So what he unhappy with? How he unhappy? He went outside the relationship. Listen, I could be unhappy all day long in my relationship. I could make up something that I'm unhappy about. But I'm not finna go outside a relationship. I'm not finna go outside a relationship because I'm unhappy. I got to talk about what I'm unhappy. And listen, if you a man, then you're gonna learn how to communicate. Because if a man's supposed to be the head, if a man's supposed to be the leader, if a man's supposed to lead, if a man want a woman to submit to him, how a woman, and that's a cuss word for a lot of people because they think it means something that it don't mean. But if a man want a woman to submit to him, how a man gonna have a woman trust him enough to listen to the shots he calling about, hey, I think we should do this, hey, I think we should do that, if this man ain't man enough to communicate his feelings? This man 38 years old and still ain't ready for no marriage. That's a shame. That is a crying shame. So this is what you got to realize, Playboy. You got to stop lying to yourself. And how you sitting up here listening to men that's been multiple failed marriages? What sense do that make? Just absolutely, what sense do that make? Here you got a man over here, been married 15 years with a happy marriage, and then here you go talk about, he pandering the women. But then you go over to somebody who unsuccessful in marriage and take relationship advice. I'm about to fall out of this chair. Let me switch my chair again. Well, listen, like y'all people in the dark say, you can't make this stuff up. How? That's like being an athlete and going to somebody without a championship. Hey, can you tell me how to win a championship? Oh, that's what you did? Oh, you ain't passed the ball to your teammates? All you did was just shoot the ball? Oh, man, that's all you did? Oh, man, that's going to get me a championship. If this man ain't got no championship, how he finna tell you how to get a championship? So how is a man who have multiple not one, multiple failed marriages finna give you relationship advice? Like, what sense do that make? All the person who done had multiple failed relationships is they could tell you the recipe and the blueprint for failure. They could tell you how and why their relationship failed, but that is not the same blueprint for how it will succeed. Succeeding and failure is not the same thing. The opposite of failure is not success. Just because you do the opposite don't mean that's going to mean your success. So when you find success, that's when you got the blueprint or a blueprint. And that even my blueprint ain't going to be everybody's blueprint. You still going to have to go input the action, and become successful. And then you're going to look at my blueprint, look at your blueprint, and say, oh, okay, well, we had this like same foundation right here, but this what I did with my windows, or this what I did with the walls, or this what I did, this where I put my septic tank, this where it's still going to be slight tweaks in your blueprint from my blueprint. But you're going to have the principles of success. Y'all listening to failure and then trying to apply that to a relationship, and this is exactly what you get right here. You see what you're going through with this man, sister? You know why? Who you say he listened to? The man in the dark. And look what you're putting up with. That's why. Because he getting a recipe for failure. He's not getting a recipe for success. And the recipe for failure make him feel good. Because it's music to his itching ears. Because it's playing on his ignorance. It's playing on his weakness. It's playing on his immaturity. And that's what he keep making a bad situation worse. That's why he in the state that he in. That's why he 38 years old and still don't know how to communicate. Still don't know how to build a relationship. They had 2, 3, 4, 5 fiancés. He don't even know the truth because all he has done is lied. Look what you said. You said he has lied. You put it in larger font, bold, all capital letters, lied to me so much. So we don't know how many times this man has been engaged. We don't know how many women he's dealing with right now, because all you have gotten from him since you have been with him is lie after lie after lie after lie. So now listen now. He went outside of the relationship because he was unhappy, but never communicated his grievances about our relationship with me while we were dating. He is heavily pursuing me now. You know why? Because this is what I call the black book syndrome. I made that up. This is what I call the black book syndrome. Wait, what do we used to keep our phone numbers in a black book before cell phones and all that? You keep everything in a black book. When a man lose this woman, and lose this woman, and lose this woman, what we do is go to the black book and flip back through the black book. Okay, what dummy I got in here? Well, who in here I got a boo-boo the fool that I could call to hold me over? You to hold me over. You is the hold me over girl. You the hold me down girl. You the placeholder. That's what he coming back to you. See, when it's real love and you done had a good amount of time for this thing to happen, you think you say y'all talked a year and you still hadn't met his family. He still had, y'all wasn't real at all. Y'all wasn't real at all. You said, and at that point, after dating for over a year, now you ain't said yet, now you say for over a year, I had not met his family and he had not met mine. Because he was engaged the whole time. He couldn't bring another woman home because they know his fiancé. After we broke up, he still wanted to be in my life. You see what I'm saying? So what is you getting from this man now? Come on now. Come on now. He is pursuing me heavily now, but I do not trust him, and rightfully so. So why you even dealing with him? Why deal with somebody you can't trust when any day could be the day they take your life? When any day that could be the day they rob you blind. When any day he could become the tender swindler. Any day now. You don't know what kind of revenge he came back into your life for. So why are you dealing with the man? You got to cut the man off. A lady somebody got blocked last night. After I put the beach boo video up. Tony, you know, this is the opposite of what you've been telling us. You always be telling us that we need to go on about our business. But now you're saying that, and I ain't never told a woman to just throw away a marriage when the man didn't even commit physical cheating and over flirting. When I say go on about your business, it is over a boyfriend or it is over a husband who is a cheater, a real cheater, meaning physical cheating, or he is abusive. And you have already tried everything. You done everything. You done went to counseling. You done went to coaching. You done been there for years. And this your husband. And he is absolutely annihilating you. That's when I say go on about your business. That is I'm not finna say that to a woman who been married for multiple years and got 4 kids with a man. And the man didn't even get the woman's phone number. So we supposed to throw away a whole marriage over his bad decision? No, that's where you learn from. You learn from that before it get real, before it get physical, before it turn into a full-fledged affair. Because men and women gonna make that. And then this is what women kept saying. If it was the other way around, it would be different. That's not true. That is not true. And that's what a lot of women don't understand, because if you've never been in love with a man, if a man ain't never been in love with you, do you know when my girlfriend in college slept with 5 other men, 4 of them was my teammate and 1 was a basketball player, I was a football player. Do you know I stayed with her? Do you know I kept walking around the campus with her? Do you know we became Bonnie and Clyde, us against the world, after my teammates had the long stroked her and 2 of them ran the train on them? So what you talking about? And I was a dog. I was a player and stayed with her. Do you know that me and my wife, in our first 2 years of marriage, we made bad choices? It was some exes that popped up. It was some conversations that was had. And do you know that even with all of that right there, I stayed. She stayed. That's what you do as humans, is you assess the situation and based on the context that you in. So it ain't a one size fits all. Read the book. Read the book and tell you about it. But see, somebody tried to come compare apples to oranges with a fake name and no picture. Blocked. Blocked. You just on here trying to sow discord. Blocked. You just over here trying to get something. Because I'm never going to say nothing that is completely ignorant. So when I tell you to go on about your business, it's in situations like this where you're not married to this man. He already wasted over a year of your life. All you got to show for it is a bunch of lies. You already gave him your time. You gave him your body. You gave him chance after chance. It's time to go on about your business. All he done did is lie. This way you throw in the towel up like this. Now, if this was a marriage, now, and if he had physically cheated, that's totally different. Even if he had emotional cheating is bad. Any kind of physical, emotional, verbal, all of those things is bad. But even then in a marriage, you still got to assess your situation based on what y'all got going on. It ain't just one size fits all. And it would be reckless of me to just tell everybody, just leave. Because marriage is a covenant up under God. So you got to consult God, not Tony Gaskins. You got to consult God and say, God, can you forgive this? And can I forgive this? Can I throw this in the sea of forgetfulness like you would throw it in the sea of forgetfulness? Can we work through this? Is this where I'm supposed to be, or am I supposed to leave? You got to consult God on marriage. That's why I couldn't throw that young man and that young lady with 4 kids marriage in the trash because of what he did at the beach. I can't flush their marriage down the trash. But that's what we like to do today. We like to see people marriages fail. We like to tell other people, oh, just leave. But then we get in the same situation and we can't just leave. We can't just, and then women say, oh, a man never put up with that, never put that. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. When a woman give a man a taste of his own medicine, it not about kill him. When a woman give a man a taste of his own medicine, that's really, honestly, when a lot of men start to respect the woman. If he love her and care for her, that's really when a man tuck his thing between his legs and start walking around the house like a lap dog. It's the women who get ran over and they don't do nothing of their own, and they just put up with all the mess he doing. Those the women that men leave. The women who give them a taste, I'm not saying go cheat now. I ain't saying go cheat or go revenge cheating. But what I'm saying, when you looking out for yourself the way he looking out for himself, those the women that men respect. Those the women that men say, oh, she ain't no lap dog. Oh, she ain't no flow mat. And then he gonna stand at attention. The women who get laid down like a flow mat, he gonna walk all over you. And then still leave you for a woman who won't get walked over. You see what I'm saying? So right now, sister, what you doing, you let him walk all over you. You let him run in and out your life. And my quote that says, if someone is running in and out your life, that means you're standing still. If someone is running in and out of your life, that means you are standing still. You got to understand it now. Now let's finish this on up. Let's wrap, because we over hour. Let's finish this on up now. And this ain't no live now. This ain't a live. This might be premiering if it's premiering. So if people answering questions, and God bless you. Thank you for that cash app, and thank you for the blessing. I appreciate you. He went outside of the relationship because he was unhappy, but he never communicated his grievances about our relationship with me while we were dating. So now listen, if he already showing you he'll go outside the relationship when he unhappy, you know how many times he gonna be unhappy? Every day, every month, every week. We humans. We always going through something. We always up and down. He is heavily pursuing me now, but I do not trust him. He said his fiance broke up with him because she was unhappy, but I know they still communicate regularly. Because she was unhappy. I wonder why. She getting phone calls from other women. Lord knows how many women she done heard from. I wonder why she was unhappy. So now you want to trade places with her? He says that he loves both of us, but can't make a decision on who he wants to be with. Now, if I'm a woman and you got your fedora, okay. Let me get this here okay, all right. You don't know her. Okay, you don't know who to be with. Oh, all righty. Well, hey, it was good talking to you. You know, I was already closed, but I wanted to open up to give you a little closure. Okay, let me go on about the business. I'm gone. You sat there and let him finish the sentence? Come on now. What this is? This is championship ring. Championship ring. Oh, Lord. Ooh, I'm glad it's a carpet. Hope I ain't lose one of my diamonds. Y'all got to forgive me. Pride come for a fall. I'm up here getting prideful and drop my ring. Championship ring. Build champions. To the man talking about I pander, well, I build champions, boy. This national championship team that I'm the team life coach for. Why I build champions? You want to be a real man? Come over here. You want to be a real man. You over there want to be a grown boy. Want to listen to, you listen, so you telling the women that watching me, I'm pandering to them, but you listen to a man that's pandering to you. That sound worse to me. If I'm a man, I don't want no man pandering to me, telling me what I want to hear and all that. Following me as a man, I want to be challenged. As a man, I want to be held accountable. As a man, I want to be pushed to greatness, not mediocrity. Boy, you living in mediocrity. This is a mediocre lifestyle. Boy, hey, when you spend some time over here on this channel, you're going to see I'm living in greatness. You're going to see I'm living in excellence. You're going to see I'm living in prosperity and opulence. And I'm younger than you is, man. So now, who doing what kind of pandering? What you want to be pandered to, or you want to be held accountable? You want to be checked as a man and pushed to greatness. How you think Belichick talked to his players? How you think Phil Jackson? How you think a coach who is working with somebody, you can, okay, well, just let me get up under that scrotum for you. So listen, this right here, you see how this feels? This is, so yeah, if you make a little money and you in medical training, a woman need to just let you do whatever you want to do. A woman need to let you just come in out of her life because you're going to be making money, because you're a high value man. You get to do what you want to do. That's what you want to hear? Or you want to be pushed to greatness? Come on now. It's real men over this channel, but that's why so few of us. And that's what women saying too. They going into the world and they trying to date and they're like, whoa, it's not a lot of real men. You know why? Because the idiots got the followers. It's the idiots with the followers, and they working for the devil and they spewing nonsense. And then this what I got to deal with. I got to deal with the fallout. I got to deal with the mess of the advice that y'all getting over there in the dark. And then I got to be sitting here and dealing with this. Listen now, come on now. This is not rocket science. This is not rocket science, but we finna go to NASA. I got to take you men out of Mars, women off the Venus. This ain't rocket science, but we got to get it going. Now, see, listen to me now. But I know they still communicate regularly. He says that he loves both of us, but can't make a decision. That would be the last word that come out of his mouth if I was you. If you never ever in your life, if I had a daughter, this is what I tell you, never let a man tell you to your face on the phone anything that you are a option. Because a man can't love both of y'all. Now, he could have feelings for you, but when I say love, to be in a relationship, you got to be in love. He can't have the same as, he got the same feeling for y'all. He can't have the same feeling for y'all. He don't feel nothing. That's what his problem is he want more than one woman. He want a roster of women. He's not a real man. At 38 years old, he don't want to be in love with a woman. He want to use women as a supply to get from them what he want to get from them while he do what he want to do, because he don't want discipline. He don't want to be held accountable. He want to be pandered to, and that's why he over there in the dark getting pandered to. He want to be fondled. That's what he want. You see what I'm saying? This right here, real man zone over here. This the grown man zone over here. This where it's really, this where we growing. This where we challenging ourselves. This where we pushing ourselves to greatness. And we got the rewards. We got the spoils of spiritual warfare. When you win those spiritual battles, you get the spoils of war. This is what we got over here. See, I don't know what they got over there. I don't know what they got over there. This what they got. A bunch of tomfoolery. A bunch of mess. And now listen to me now. He states he's in love with me. I have inspired him to be a better man. Where? And he needs me in his life. Blah, blah, blah. See, you saying all the right stuff, but you ain't doing the right stuff. You saying blah, 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 but you sitting there listening to the blah, blah, blah. And then writing in about it like you confused. Now, sister, come on now, sister. You got to love yourself. You got to love yourself. You got to love yourself. You got to wake up and smell the coffee in the morning. Wake up and smell the Folgers in the morning. Folgers, send me a chat. You got to wake up and smell the Folgers in the morning. Come on now. Come on now. What good do you to know and not do? So come on now. I expect you to be doing. Hopefully you done done. And hopefully you ain't got pregnant since February 4th when you wrote this. Because this February 20th. He has lied to me so much. I don't believe anything he says, and I have not forgiven him. I would like us to rebuild trust and rebuild our relationship, but I am unsure if we can recover from this and have a healthy relationship, since y'all ain't never had no relationship. Y'all only had situationship. You've always been one of a few or one of many. I don't know how many it's been, because all he do is lie. What, you can't rebuild nothing. Y'all ain't had nothing built. Y'all had a mansion on the sand. It wasn't even no mansion. Y'all had a shack on the sand. You hear me? Y'all had a shack on the sand. You had a hut, a tiki hut on the sand, not on a firm foundation. So you got to let that float away. You got to let the storm wash that away. You don't want no parts of this right here. Listen. You could attract another man, but see, you got to elevate as a woman. So the type of man that you end up dealing with, when I say selling, I mean selling down. I don't mean settling for, I mean selling with. The type of man you end up with is a better version, is a better man, a real man. But you only gonna be able to see that if you become a real woman. When you become who you need to be, and you stop playing in this here mud with the swine, and you stop casting pearls to swine, and you stop dealing with men who want to wallow in the mud and be dirty and filthy and play in the weeds, and you come up out of that mess, that's when you're going to attract something better. A man who real and ready. This ain't no real and ready man. This is a lost grown boy. This is a grown boy. This right here is the epitome of a grown boy, because he's 38 years old. 18 years old, I'll be forgiving him like I did the man at the beach. 28, this will make more sense to me. Because with age and time, we do start to gain some wisdom. This man right here shot out. This man turned over to a reprobate mind. 38 years old, that man losing testosterone already. 38 years old, his man is too old to be messing around like this right here. Now listen, I'm not unsure we can recover from this, have a relationship. I would like to note he is a follower of the man in the darks and thinks you pander to women. That's part of the problem. I know this letter was quite long. I appreciate the detail. You gave me a lot of detail, and I was able to read through it. I was able to see through it. I was able to see you, and I was able to see him. I would love to hear your thoughts on my situation. Do you really? Because y'all right here to say that now, but then your feelings be hurt, and then y'all be writing me back. I done seen a couple people write, well, Tony, I heard what you said, but... And then they write me a whole dissertation. Now listen, y'all wrote in and you asked me, I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't know where these guys get our pander from. That let me know they ain't watched one of my videos. I tell the truth like an IS is. Point blank period. Point blank period. I can't lie, I work for God. See, these men in the dark, they work for they self. They work for their ego. They work for their lust. I'm hired by somebody. I'm enlisted by somebody. You see all this right here? You don't play with nobody when you working for somebody who can inspire a book like this right here, the Holy Bible. You do not play when you working for the big boss. You don't play. I ain't got no time to be pandering and lying over here. It is what it is. If you over here, toes gonna get stepped on. You know why? Because that's the only way I know how to do it, because I'm crunching my toes every day. I'm becoming a better man right now as we speak. I'm growing right now as we speak. I'm breaking chains, breaking strongholds in my life right now as we speak. So I got to speak from where I'm from. But men who complacent, men who lazy, men who mediocre, that's what they're going to have y'all men doing, being mediocre. And in this here tomfoolery, this mess, this chaos, this nonsense, don't none of this represent stability. Don't none of this represent peace and prosperity to finish your medical training when you're in all of this here lies and deceit and manipulation for your broken, weak ego. Come on now. We got to do better. We got to do better. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you to the moderators. Hopefully y'all ain't have to, time out too many people. Thank you to the moderators. Thank you. And shout out to those of y'all who done joined, support me on the Patreon. And to those of y'all in the Blessed Tribe and the Blessed Business Tribe, I really appreciate your support. Everybody who y'all be sending unannounced, unsolicited blessings to me. I really appreciate that, because y'all never hear me on here. Y'all never hear me say, hey, this is my Cash App. Hey, this is my PayPal. Hey, y'all send me a donation. Y'all never hear me say that, but yet y'all be blessing me. And I just want to say thank you and let you know that it don't go unnoticed. And that's why I give what I give as much as I give, because I see a group of people. It ain't everybody now. It's going to be a lot of people that just come to spectate and hate and speculate and debate. But I'm here for the people who trying to be better, trying to grow, because we got to build this together. We got to be better together to change the world. So that's what it's about for me. It ain't about being on a woman's side. It ain't about being on a man's side. It's about being on the side of truth and growth. That's what it's about. So you got to understand, if you're on this channel, you're going to hear some stuff that's going to offend you. You're going to hear some stuff that's going to step on your toes. You're going to hear some stuff you don't agree with. It's my perspective. That's why you got a voice. That's why you could have you a channel. And so I encourage everybody, as you learn, teach. As you learn, help somebody. Hey, this is Tony Gaskin. God bless you. We'll talk soon. Trying to think if I'm forgetting anything. Oh, get over to TonyGasAcademy.com. Some of y'all done already went over there and you done seen the life coach certification is special right now. Nothing needed, but for everything that I share that I need to go a little deeper, I put it on TonyGasAcademy.com. God bless you. We'll talk soon.